I'm Danny and today I'm here with the Christmas song book tag. What do you think of the hat? I'm not sure about it yet, so let's get into this.
Mr. Grinch, you're a bad banana with a greasy black pig.
Number 1, you're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. Pick a villainous character who you love. And I'm gonna go with Aiden from the Illuminate Files because, well, if you've read this book or you've ever even heard about it, you've probably heard of Aiden. He is an AI who starts glitching and starts killing people and doing all sorts of other horrible stuff. But I love him because his logic is so logical. It's almost the way like a psychopath or sociopath would think of something bad they're about to do. You know, I'm about to do this bad thing, but this would be the outcome, so it's for the better. I just love him so much. The book you most want to see under the Christmas tree this year. Now this one I couldn't pick one for because I've pretty much gotten all the books that were on my anticipated list for the end of the year, and I don't have any anticipated books until next year. So there are 2 books that I would like to see under the tree, but as I said, they don't come out till next year, so I know that's not going to happen. But if I were to get arcs of these books, they would be Sarah J. Maas's House of Earth and Blood, I believe it's called. Yes, Sarah J. Maas's House of Earth and Blood, and The Shadow Between Us by Trisha Levenseller. Those are 2 books that are coming out next year, who, if I could get advanced copies of those, that would be my Christmas wish.
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose.
Number 3, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, a character who overcame obstacles and learned to believe in themselves. The first person that came to mind was Selena Sardothian or Aelin Galathynius. This series has been out for a while. I'm sure practically everybody has read it, though I do know there are still some people who are like way behind on this series. If you look at her in the first book, very doubtful, just wanting to live a somewhat normal life. And then if you look at her in this book, you'll be like, whoa, are these 2 the same people? Because there's like major character development and self-development and belief in herself and in her ability to rule. And there's just a whole bunch of development with this character. So this book is so freaking heavy. I forgot how heavy this thing is. But yeah, there's major development with this character. So Selena or Aelin, that's my character. Santa Claus is Coming to Town. This one's actually a 2-part question. A character you will think will be on the naughty list and a character you believe will be on the nice list. For the naughty list, this could be quite a few things. Characters who made bad decisions, who hurt people, or characters who just do bad things. I've chosen a character who just does bad things. She knows she's not supposed to do them, but she does them anyway. And I'm going to go with Sophronia Terminic from the Finishing School series by Gail Carriger. Now this girl, if you tell her not to do something, there's at least a 93% chance she's going to do it anyway. Sophronia, don't sneak out of your room in the middle of the night. It's against the school rules. Not only am I going to sneak out of my room in the middle of the night, but I'm going to sneak out of my room and hang out with a whole bunch of boys. Sophronia, do not sneak into the boys' school to try and find out about this device they're creating. Not only am I going to sneak into the boys' school dressed as a boy, but I'm going to actually steal that device that they've been working on. So like I said, if you tell her not to do something, there's a 93% chance she's gonna do it. There are some things where I'm like, oh God, this girl is gonna do this, and she didn't do it. So I'm like, okay, thank God. She's not completely out there. So yeah, but yeah, Sophronia is definitely a person who I think would be on the naughty list. And a character who I think would be on the nice list, I'm gonna go with Kadara, because I can't say there's a single thing this girl does throughout this book that I would consider naughty at all. Even the tiniest bit. Probably the only thing I would think she may be a little naughty for is trying to convince Death to let her live a little longer and trying to trick Death into giving her more time so that she can find a way to live longer. That's probably it. But everything else, she's nice and sweet. She supports everyone in her life. She even managed to hook up a few people during this book when she's trying to find a way to get herself to live so that Death cannot take her to the afterlife, I guess. She actually manages to set up 2 different couples during this tiny book. So I'm gonna go with the nice list. Number 5, Frosty the Snowman, a book that just melts your heart. It was the first book that came to mind, so I picked it. I have a lot of books that can at least somewhat melt my heart or completely melt my heart, but this, I think I've read this 2 or 3 times by now, and it melts my heart every time, especially the scenes between Feyre and Rhys. The very cramped bed scene when they were in that lodge, when they were practically sleeping in the attic. The parts where they're in the cabin and they're just having hearts to hearts. Pretty much any heart to heart moment between Feyre and any character other than Tamlin pretty much melts my heart, especially Rhysand and more. I just love those 3 together. Though any heart to heart moment between Feyre and another character melts my heart. So this entire book melts my heart. Number 6, Feliz Navidad. I actually don't have this song in my repertoire, so we're gonna have to skip the song and just go straight to the question. Choose a book that takes place in a country different than your own. Now originally I was gonna go for Nevernight. I think that's it right there. I was originally gonna go for Nevernight for this because I mean it literally takes place in another world, so technically it counts, but it's another world, not another country. So I went with an actual one that takes place in our world but in another country. I went with A Hunger Like No Other by Cressy Cole. Part of this takes place in France and the other part takes place in Scotland or Ireland. I think it's Scotland. So takes place in 2 other countries other than America. Although there is a brief portion of this book that is in Louisiana. So takes place in 3 different countries.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Number 7, it's the most wonderful time of the year. A holiday themed book that you would use to spread the holiday cheer. And I can't think of one other than like maybe A Christmas Carol. But I tried to read that book last year and it took so long. There was like 20 pages of just descriptions of things at Christmas, like pie and decorations and how kids were sleeping and stuff. And I think there was a brief description of how Scrooge was, well, Scroogey. But that's it. So I can't think of a holiday themed book that I would use to spread the cheer other than A Christmas Carol. So Christmas Carol or nothing. Number 6, Sleigh Ride, with a character or a group of characters you would like to spend the holiday with. So I'm going to go with A Court of Frost and Starlight. I wanted to be in this book during this season because it's like the winter solstice, I think, but it's still basically Christmas. So everyone's together and it was perfect except for Nesta. Nesta was like the thorn in everyone's side during this book, as she is in every book she's in. So if Nesta could just disappear altogether, I think I'd be good. I think this book would have been absolutely perfect, but Nesta just had to be Nesta.
I really can't stop. Baby, it's cold outside. I gotta go out. Baby, it's cold outside. This evening, hoping you drop by. I hold your hands there just like this. Not too late for what you're we'll be pacing the floors until the fireplace rolls.
Number 9, Baby, It's Cold Outside. This is a book you would not mind sacrificing to the fire. And I'm going to go with Witchling by Yasmin Gilnorn. Oh, I had put this book off so long because I expected it to be so good. I wanted to wait until I was in the urban fantasy mood. And ooh, was I let down hard. Very hard. So I would not mind sacrificing this one. The cover is great, but what's inside, not so great.
Do you hear what I hear?
Number 10, Do You Hear What I Hear? A book that you think everyone should read. Pretty much any book by Sarah J. Maas, though I know she's not everybody's cup of tea. Some people, not every series is even her cup of tea. Some people like the Throne of Glass series more. Some people like the ACOTAR series more. And some people are just mash trash, like me. I have no idea what book everybody should read because not everybody's tastes are the same. So I can't say. So that is my Christmas song book tag, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!